Africa, the richest continent yet the poorest. When the rich man begins to cry for help in his content, tell me, how can the poor rest? We have traded our birthright for guns, pounds and dollars, just within our rivers, lands and forests. The unimaginable wealth that lies beneath the dew of our earth's soil. Diamond, gold, cocoa, ivory and timber, just to name a few, amidst the large basins of oil. So please allow me to ask Africa.
Why?
We have enough to feed the rest of the world, including every hungry mouth in Africa.
Why?
Yet we subject our own brothers to war, starvation and massacre. And of all the continents, we are known as the #1 bloodsucker, the backtracker, but we all still remember that once upon a time we used to be far, far richer. So please allow me to ask Africa.
Why?
We provide the rest of the world with the largest amounts of minerals. Yet we wallow in poverty with all our religious leaders, economic gurus and academic generals. And every now and then, since the rest of the world, we get to attend all our funerals. So please allow me to ask Africa.
Why?
How independent is our independence? How free is our freedom? Why have we allowed evil to take residence and allowed corruption to rule our kingdom? Why have we allowed politics and religion to undermine our intelligence? What happened to the ancestral wisdom? Oh, Africa.
Why?
We produce cocoa, yet how many of us can afford a chocolate bar? If after all these years we still cannot process our own raw materials, then I'm sorry to say we still do not know who we are. And I find this phenomenon to be too bizarre, reason why I keep asking Africa.
Why?
We are quick to blame it all on our colonial masters, when the problem actually is with our psychological monsters. I don't think this has anything to do with our blackness, because forever will we wear our skin, and some of us, oh yes, with so much gladness. So if I be an African to the day I die, then please allow me to ask Africa.
Why?
Why can't you break those chains that hold us bound to mental slavery? Why can't you listen to the prophets, Marcus Garvey, Fela Kuti, Robert Nesta Marley, far beyond their musical delivery and political bravery? Why can't we emancipate ourselves from the stories that make us utterly inferior to the present world and throughout all of history? Oh, Africa.
Why?
Has our blessing become a curse? Have we inherited an enviable wealth only to leave us worse? I am still looking forward to the day where we shall once again boast of servant leaders and not just rulers. Men and women who will assume their political positions, not for their selfish interests, not to fool us. And people who will not bow to the dictates of neocolonialism, even at the face of guns and bullets. Oh, Africa.
Why?
We boast of great leaders such as Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, Gamal Abdel Nasser of Egypt, Nelson Mandela of South Africa, Haile Selassie of Ethiopia, Julius Nyerere of Tanzania, Muammar Gaddafi of Libya, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia, Sam Nujoma of Namibia, Nnamdi Azikiwe of Nigeria, Kenneth Kaunda of Zambia, Patrice Lumumba of Congo, Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso, Jomo Kenyatta of Kenya, Modibo Keita of Mali, Amilcar Cabral of Cape Verde and Guinea-Bissau, Samora Machel of Mozambique, and many others we uphold as great and unique. But do we live at what they preach? Because if it all comes to this, oh, Africa.
Why?
So what then is the essence of Kwame Nkrumah's advocacy for African unity? Gamal Abdel Nasser's call for Arab unity? Nelson Mandela's fight against the apartheid and its legally discriminating social policy? Haile Selassie's disapproval of chemical weapons and a call for collective security? Julius Nyerere's political philosophy, oh Gaddafi, a we for Gaddafi, and his advocacy for a common African currency? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's extraordinary leadership and upright democracy? If it all comes to this, what then is the essence of Sam Nujoma's anti-apartheid and anti-colonial activism? Nnamdi Azikiwe's call for nationalism? Kenneth Kaunda's political ideology of African humanism? Patrice Lumumba's fight against imperialism? Thomas Sankara's commitment to women's rights and upright Pan-Africanism? If it all comes to this, what then is the essence of Jomo Kenyatta's fight against colonial rule? Modibo Keita's immense contribution to the OAU? Amilcar Cabral and Samora Machel's sacrifice made just for me and you? Oh, Africa.
Why?
Many prophets have we had, many prophets have we lost, but they continue to live on in our hearts, because today we still fight the fight they once fought. Our freedom at last with their dear lives they bought. Please hear me beyond the words that I speak. For it's not the accolades and applause of men that are sick, but that we all wake up to a new Africa. Enough of the sleep. So if you and I be Africans to the day we die, then please join me in asking Africa.
Why?
Africa.
Why?
Yeah, man.